Season 3 begins with Daredevil, who is inside the collapsing building. He manages to come out using a pipe. A taxi driver finds him, and Matt gives him the address of an orphanage, which the driver takes him to. When Matt opens his eyes, he sees Father Paul and Sister Maggie. He slowly wakes up and asks about Elektra.
This is what leaving feels like.
Get Maggie. Tell her he's awake.
Elektra. Where is she? Who? Elektra. I can't.
Just stop this right now! I can't see! I can't see!
After fainting, he wakes up again and sees Father Paul in front of him. Matt asks him about Elektra, but Father Paul thinks Elektra has died in the accident. Sister Maggie comes and starts dressing Matt's wounds. From their talk, we learn that Matt spent his childhood in this orphanage. Now Sister Maggie knows about Matt's powers and that he is Daredevil, but Matt does not care anymore because he lost his power to sense things. He also lost hearing in his right ear.
The devil of Hell's Kitchen.
You've heard of me?
I live in an orphanage, not under a rock. You are blind, right?
Yeah, the accident blinded me. I'm deaf in my right ear, and I can't even walk to the bathroom now.
Now that you're out of the woods,
You want me to go?
there must be at least one person I can call for you.
There's no one.
Karen comes to Matt's house and looks at his Daredevil box. She remembers when Matt tells her about his superhero identity and his powers. Karen feels angry because Matt hides everything from her. Before this, she thinks Matt is an alcoholic because he always falls down and cannot focus. Foggy also comes there. Karen says she is paying the rent for Matt's house because she feels Matt is still alive. She asks Foggy to help talk to Matt's landlord so the house is not sold to someone else. Foggy agrees but thinks Matt is dead and believes there is no use in doing all this. But Karen feels that one day, Matt will come back.
I'm just carrying 2 rents. It's just I'm behind this month, that's all.
The facts. The building fell on Matt, a big one. I don't want to accept it either. Especially since I'm the one who...
I can just feel it. Let's just split them down the middle, 50-50.
But then, that's it.
Meanwhile, Matt stays in a church laundry room, and Maggie tells him about the things kept in the room. Matt shares his feelings with her and explains using a Bible example that good people are always punished by God. So now Matt decides to forget his Daredevil life.
My Bible. All right. I get the hint. There was a man from the land of Uz.
Book of Job.
Prayed every day at dawn with his knees on the ground, his face in the dirt. Of all God's soldiers, Job, he was the most loyal. God murdered all 10 of his children in cold blood. Job would not curse him. You see, that was me, sister. Without complaint, because I too believed I was God's soldier. I am what I do in the dark now. I bleed only for myself.
You might hate God right now, but the feeling is not mutual.
No, I don't hate him. And I know my truth now.
What truth?
In front of this God, I'd rather die as the devil than live as Matt Murdock.
Quiet!
In another country, Vanessa is hiding, and Wilson wants to bring her back to New York City. But Benjamin says bringing Vanessa back is very difficult now, and any mistake can send her to jail. Matt starts to hear again slowly. He tries to walk, but his senses do not work properly, and he falls down. Sister Maggie comes to help him. Sister Maggie tells Matt to never give up. Matt puts water in his nose, but blood starts coming out. Matt realizes that his powers are coming back. He tries to touch things and listen to their sounds. When his senses start working again, he begins to exercise and runs in the room.
Feel that?
Feel what?
3 subway lines run beneath us.
Now you're just showing off. Heal the body and the spirit will follow.
It's the other way around.
Thanks for making this happen.
Pain should be used for God's work. Helmet first.
No, I can't. It'll throw me off.
Don't be an idiot.
Something feels off. It feels like I'm underwater.
Maybe we should stop.
Matt sits in the laundry room and listens to the church prayer. Matt hears that a girl and her grandfather are being kidnapped. He goes to save them and starts fighting the kidnappers.
Leave him. Let's get out of here.
Nadim is living with his wife, Seema, and they are preparing for the birthday party of their son. They talk about their money problems because they are short of money. Next day, Nadim goes to work. He is an FBI agent working for the federal government. At the office, Nadim goes to his boss, Tammy, and asks for a promotion. Tammy tells him that the government thinks Nadim is poor, so someone can easily bribe him. So Nadim must improve his bank balance to get a promotion. He understands this, and Tammy gives him the file of Wilson Fisk. The FBI is trying to make Wilson tell the names of other criminals so they can catch them. Nadim meets Wilson in jail and is surprised that Wilson is ready to tell all criminal names. Wilson makes a deal that if he tells the names, the FBI will bring Vanessa back to the city.
I have made many mistakes, but what I will not accept is that the woman that I love should have to pay for them too.
What is it you're saying?
I want to make a deal.
Shortly after, the FBI officers raid and catch all the people which Fisk gave away with Nadim leading the mission. These people are from the Albanian group, and Wilson tricks them for his own benefit. The mission is a success, and the FBI office congratulates Nadim. Wilson is in the prison gym, where a man named Jasper Evans attacks him.
Snitch.
Matt is unconscious in the church. Sister Maggie comes and shouts at him. She says Matt must become fully healthy before fighting again. Matt remembers his past. Father Paul talks to him. Matt is very angry as a child and always fights with other kids at the orphanage. Father Paul tells Matt to control his anger.
Argumentation is a skill, being argumentative.
Or maybe it's a sign that Sister Dora should stick to teaching math.
But you're gonna have to deal with your anger, Matthew.
Well, if that's God's plan for me, then I guess that's how it's supposed to work out, isn't it?
Adam and Eve were not puppets, and neither are we.
I pray all the time. I've been praying for years. God doesn't talk to me.
You want to hear God, Matthew, you have to listen more carefully, because he speaks in whispers.
Karen is in her office. She thinks about the building collapse from the Defenders series. Karen works on the story about the building collapse. Her boss tells her to focus on another story. She has to talk to a girl who was almost kidnapped last night. This is the same kidnapping case Matt is trying to solve. Karen goes to a hospital. The girl, whose name is Noita, was with her grandfather when the kidnappers tried to take them. She does not want to talk to Karen, but Karen tells Noda that if she does not tell the truth, people will make up their own false stories. Karen also shares her own past story. Noda agrees to tell the truth. She says after dinner last night, some kidnappers came and tried to take them, but a man in a black mask came and saved them. Karen realizes that this man in the black mask is Matt.
We were walking to the car, and these two men grabbed my father. We only got away because the other guy attacked him. He had this black mask over his face.
Matt reaches the place of kidnappers. He turns off the lights and fights them all. He calls the police and tells them about the kidnappers.
Yeah, I'd like to report an assault. There are a lot of guns here. Maybe some kind of robbery.
Matt goes to the hospital to meet Noita. He tells Noita that he has caught the kidnappers, and now she needs to identify them all. Nadim is in his office and finds out that Wilson case is being given to another officer. Nadim goes to talk to his boss and requests that this case should be given to him because he can catch many criminals. So his boss gives him the case.
With Fisk's intel, we beheaded the Albanian syndicate in one day. We got their documents and their data, and we're gonna get their money. It makes me want to throw up to admit it, but New York is safer tonight because of Wilson Fisk. If we keep him talking, Fisk will give up others.
He then goes to the jail and finds out that Wilson was attacked because he helped the FBI. Wilson tells Nadim that the whole jail and guards are after him. They want to kill him because he helped the FBI. Wilson then makes another deal with the FBI that he should stay at his house, not in jail. Nadim explains that because of Wilson, the other criminals in the city can be caught. Everyone agrees to send Wilson. Nadim explains all the rules to Wilson and then takes him away. But then their car is attacked.
To build a prison of stone and steel, any truly determined man will find a way out. But love is the perfect prison. I am always in prison. Wherever I go, I will do whatever I must. Nadim!
Don't move.
On the other hand, Matt is leaving the hospital when he hears police voices saying that Wilson has been freed and sent home. Later on, Wilson is being taken to a 5-star hotel by the FBI, where there are many guards protecting him. Wilson asks his lawyer to contact Vanessa because the Albanians might attack her. Karen is having dinner with her boss when they both hear news about Wilson being released from jail. Her boss advises her to stay away from this story. After that, we see Foggy, who dreamed of Matt's dead body, but his girlfriend Marcy comforts him. Foggy checks his phone and is shocked to see news about Wilson. Matt goes to the hotel where Wilson is under house arrest, and people are protesting in front of the hotel. He sees an image of Wilson who mocks him that he has regained his hearing power, only to hear the news about his freedom.
God restored your hearing just in time to hear my name, to learn in the long run. I won, you lost. You'll never keep Karen safe, just like your father and Elektra. They all died because of you, Matthew.
Matt manages to sneak into the hotel wearing a hotel uniform to find Wilson. Matt takes off his glasses so no one would know that he is blind. He meets Dex, who asks him to show the room key.
You should be rotting in a cell.
So you're gonna bring me back to prison. In a way, you're my accomplice. Everything that's happened since you refused to kill me is on you.
I see your room key, sir?
Yeah, I got it.
No, I need to see it. Sir.
He gave me like 3 of them. Yeah, you know what? I must have left it in my car.
Then I can't let you through.
I'll be right back.
After that, Dex comes to deliver food to Wilson. Wilson thanks Dex for saving his life and asks how he gets such good fighting skills. But Dex does not respond and angrily takes the food away. Dex has to meet a doctor who asks about his mental health. Dex has seen his friend's other FBI agents die in front of him, so this is a form of therapy for him. Dex says he is perfectly fine and also mentions a friend named Julie. Dex loves Julie, and she has no idea about it. Nadim is in the hospital talking to the families of his agents. He feels that everything is his fault. If he had not released Wilson, this would not have happened. His wife Seema arrives at the hospital, hugs him, and encourages him by saying he made the right decision. Foggy goes to Blake Tower. Blake is a distributor officer, but now he is running for an election. Foggy asks for his help to put Wilson back in jail, but Blake says that Wilson is helping the FBI, so they cannot do anything about this matter.
I'm drafting myself onto your team for this, so tag me the hell in. And if we can open a state case, we can at least put him back behind bars, at least for a while.
Fisk is cooperating with the federal government. There's nothing I can do. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go change for an interview.
So that's it? If you weren't trying to get reelected?
Watch it, counselor.
Fisk had Mrs. Cardenas killed. She cared about her community, was braver than both of us put together.
Leave. I'm calling security.
I'm going, but I'm canceling my check.
In the office, the boss is shouting at Karen as he has told her to stay away from Wilson's story, but she continues to work on it. Karen explains that she is not working on Wilson's case, but on a girl who is being kidnapped. Karen explains that the hotel in which Wilson is staying belongs to the girl and her grandfather. Wilson may have forcefully bought the hotel from them, and when they opposed it, both of them were almost kidnapped. This means Wilson purposely stays in this hotel for house arrest and has a plan ahead. Matt, in his black suit, goes to meet the lawyer of Wilson. He asks him that why Wilson is helping the FBI.
The FBI got him out.
No, he could have turned on anyone. Why the Albanians? All right, why don't you let me know when you want to breathe?
Fisk's woman.
And where is Vanessa?
Help! Help!
Stop, FBI!
Stay down, man.
the devil out. I'm going to kill everyone you love. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Matt decides to meet Foggy, who is very happy to see Matt alive. But Matt says to Foggy that their friendship ends today. He distances himself from Karen and Foggy to keep them safe. Matt steals the wallet of Foggy before leaving. The lawyer of Wilson meets him and tells him that the Daredevil has come back.
So the devil is back.
That night, Wilson wakes up suddenly and Dex with others check his room, but find nothing. Matt visits his old house and sees that everything is in place because Karen is taking care of it. He leaves the house without his sunglasses. He goes to the jail where Wilson was arrested. Matt uses Foggy's ID card from the stolen wallet. He meets Michael, who is surprised to see him. Matt wants to meet someone named Vic Giusufi.
I knew and Foggy got 16 years knocked off my sentence. If that's not divine intervention, huh? What's the big mystery?
Yeah, so look, you worked with the Albanians, right?
What do you want with the Albanians?
I want an introduction.
They're murdering bastards.
I want an introduction to Vic Giusufi.
What, nothing in an extra 2 years, eh?
Look, what do you want with him anyway? Just, let this go.
Get this guy away from me! I don't know! Get him away! Get him away!
Mr. Nelson, you're gonna need to get checked out by the nurse.
I'll say it's fine. I'm fine.
Liability reasons. Can't let you leave until you sign one.
Foggy is talking to his girlfriend Marcy. Foggy believes that Wilson will escape punishment, as he always does. Marcy suggests an idea for Foggy to stand in the election like Blake. Marcy believes this will help in two ways. First, Foggy will stay in the public eye, making it harder for Wilson to harm him. Second, Foggy can tell the public the truth through his election speeches. Foggy likes the idea and agrees. Foggy goes to Karen, and they learn that Wilson is keeping his money safe in redline bank bags, making it impossible for the FBI to trace. Foggy also tells Karen that Matt is alive. Karen goes to Matt's house, but he is not there. She is angry because Matt never came to meet her and ended their friendship. She decides to fight Wilson without Matt's help.
Matt, where the hell are you?
He's not here. It wasn't Matt that I saw, Karen. I mean, not really. Something was missing.
Well, that's nothing new.
I think a part of him was buried under Midland Circle.
I think Matt's made his choice. Doesn't really leave any room for either of us. Fisk is out and he has to be stopped.
Jail guards take Matt to a room where a man injects him to make him unconscious. Wilson watches Matt through camera and threatens him on a phone call. Matt escapes and fights Wilson's men.
Sure that you... Come on!
You're not Franklin Nelson.
What was I injected with?
You said that for the cost of postage, you could prevent my reunion. But you didn't just threaten me. You threatened Vanessa.
Listen to me very carefully.
Who's that coming?
On the ground! Hold on, I was attacked.
I'll take care of him.
Fisk betrays everyone! You're an idiot coming here. Fisk still controls half the guards in prison. You're gonna die in here.
You missed him in here, and then you tried again on the outside. Fisk was shanked in the weight room.
Not by us.
Oh, yeah? If not you, then who?
Fisk shanked Fisk. He bribed some lifer to stab him.
I mean, he's still alive?
Better than alive. Free.
Free?
If I can get to him, I can...
You can barely get to your feet.
Vic, please. His name.
Jasper Evans.
This way. No, there's an exit this way. There are 2 guards. Trust me, please. I can't see. Left. Now take a right shot, right.
Open the gate!
Drive.
Foggy attends a police function where all the New York City police officers are present. He wants to give a speech, but Brett stops him. However, Foggy goes on stage forcefully and talks about Wilson and his crimes. He says other candidates are not taking action against Wilson. Foggy asks for the police officers' support to help him win the election, and they agree to support him. Karen meets a girl who works at Redline Bank and asks her about Wilson and his money. The girl tells her to meet a man named Felix Manning, who knows about the money. Nadim is working in his office when his wife Seema arrives. She tells him that she is taking their son to her sister's house because their son is disturbed from the ongoing events. Nadim meets an officer and reveals that there is a problem with Dex. The report about Dex saving Wilson does not match the official records, and this could cost Dex his job. Dex, feeling nervous, secretly watches Wilson's meeting through a camera. During the meeting, officers question Wilson about the attack. Wilson defends Dex, saying he acted in self-defense to protect him. After the meeting, Dex confronts Wilson by saying that he did not need his help. But Wilson, being manipulative, convinces Dex that his own department is turning against him. He reminds Dex of the risks he took and how the FBI still doubts him. Wilson praises Dex, making him feel important.
They're questioning you for your exceptionalism. You saved my life. Instead, they vilify and demean your act of courage. The real heroes are ridiculed and dismissed.
Hey, hold up, stop the car.
The next morning, Dex is getting ready for work in his perfectly clean apartment. Before leaving, we see a picture of him with a help center group focusing on Julie from earlier. A taxi is pulled from the river, but Matt's body is missing. Fisk watches a video of Matt fighting in prison. His lawyer notes that Matt was blind since childhood, but his skills suggest he may have escaped. FBI agents, including Dex and Ray, meet Fisk and Donovan. The FBI held up their deal by stopping the Albanians and not arresting Vanessa, but Fisk wants more.
The FBI has sacrificed a great deal for me. There's a criminal I've employed, orchestrated perjured testimony, a lawyer, Matthew Murdoch.
The FBI searches Matt's apartment and only finds a wet business suit. Karen meets Felix Manning trying to threaten him, but he knows everything about her, including her past.
Karen Page, daughter of Paxton and Penelope. Dad wanted his little girl to be safe. Drug addicts really do destroy families, don't they? I don't fix problems. I make them disappear.
I have a weapon in my purse and a concealed carry permit.
Ray questions Karen about Matt. She admits they have not spoken in months but has been paying his bills. Ray shows her a picture of James Wesley, shocking her. Karen changes the topic, revealing what she knows about Fisk Manning and Red Lion Bank. Ray demands proof and Karen runs away. At the hotel, Donovan gives Fisk a box of secret documents, including files on Benjamin Poindexter. A flashback shows young Dex an excellent pitcher, but a poor team player.
You all right, buddy? I got you a little something. An all-star pitcher deserves some all-star gear. Killing it out here, no question. But I gotta give the other kids some field time.
If I pitch a perfect game, then they might...
You could pitch 1 billion perfect games. You won't bring your parents back.
Dex sees his therapist doctor, Mercer, who reassures him it was not his fault and teaches him empathy. Years later, she is dying, and Dex, angry and upset, says he wants to kill her for leaving him. She urges him to find a good person to guide him. As an adult, Dex works at a suicide prevention hotline. Julie praises him, but after she leaves, he tells a caller to kill his stepfather. When Julie returns, he acts normal again.
Craig.
Dex, Julie, and Fisk are seen under separate lights. Fisk looks through documents and stops at a photo of Dex jogging behind Julie. Donovan asks what he is planning. Fisk, frustrated by protests, says New York needs a new villain, and he has found one. At the hotel bar, Dex is surprised when Julie talks to him. She remembers him from the Brooklyn hotline. They catch up, and she says she got a job at the hotel with double pay. Dex tells her he is guarding Fisk.
We're guarding Wilson Fisk.
A G-man. I need to go help that table so they don't fire me on my first day. Do you want to hang out after?
Yeah.
Foggy hosts a campaign event at Nelson's Meats. His brother gives out deli samples while Foggy talks to a widow from the Hell's Kitchen bombing. Agent Ray Nadeem arrives pretending to want a sandwich but really asking about Matt. He suggests Foggy distanced himself from Matt because Matt worked with Fisk. Foggy denies it. Then Ray surprises him that Matt has stolen his wallet. Ray says Matt is living a double life, and Foggy and Karen know it. Dex and Julie go to dinner. At first they joke and have fun, but then it gets weird. Dex knows too much about her life. She gets scared, stands up, and when Dex grabs her arm, she panics and runs away.
I should get home.
You're ditching me?
I just have to go feed my dog.
You don't have a dog. You're misreading this.
Dinner's on me.
Julie.
Let go!
Karen meets Foggy, worried that Ray is close to the truth. Foggy thinks she told Ray Matt is Daredevil, but she did not. He blames Matt for dragging them into this, but Karen says she did something worse. Shaking, she tells Foggy the FBI thinks Matt is linked to James Wesley's disappearance. If they keep looking, they will find out she killed him.
That's crazy. Matt had nothing to do with that.
I know, but if they keep investigating, they're gonna find out that I did.
How was your week? I'm scared, Dr. Mercer.
Matt stumbles into his apartment and collapses. The next morning, he wakes up to FBI agents outside. He escapes to the rooftop. Then he hears a police radio say, Matthew Murdoch is now armed and dangerous. Karen is at home when she hears a noise. She follows the sound and sees Matt climbing in through the window. Matt tells her he needs help. He is looking for someone named Jasper who helped Fisk. He believes if they find Jasper, they can prove that Fisk lied to the FBI and that he planned the attack in prison just to get out and live in a hotel. She is still angry at him and refuses.
What do you need from me, Matt?
Fisk staged the attack on himself in prison with some lifer named Jasper Evans to shank him. In reality, he's been set free. So yeah, you're right. I came to you because I needed something. What do you say? You want to help me?
Later, Karen is at work searching for information about Jasper. She calls Foggy and tells him everything Matt said. Foggy tells her to go ahead with Matt's plan because it might be their best chance. Karen goes to the church where Matt is staying, but Sister Maggie tells her Matt is not there. Sister Maggie realizes Karen is angry with Matt and gives her advice. She says that when someone we love pushes us away, we should hold on to them even tighter. But things take a dangerous turn. Jasper is already looking for her. Jasper attacks Karen, but Daredevil arrives just in time to save her.
Everybody out.
Jasper Evans? Hey, look, I'm gonna help you. After that, I need you to help Foggy and me.
Sure, I'll do it. Who knows? Maybe I get lucky and they'll lock me up next to Fisk. Wake up, Evans.
No, if I talk, Fisk kills my son. If I go back inside, it won't be long until he's sharing a cell with me or worse.
You can either tell my paper the truth and we let you and your son run far away.
You would lie and get us both killed.
Your choice.
Dex wakes up from a terrifying nightmare. He remembers the moment when Julie left him. To calm himself, he listens to recordings of his therapy sessions. Wilson Fisk's room is being redecorated. He changes out of his prison uniform and back into his old suit. When Dex arrives with food, Fisk talks to him. Dex already knew that Fisk was the one who gave Julie a job at the hotel, but by doing that, Fisk had also destroyed their relationship. Fisk tells Dex that if their bond was real, it would not have broken so easily.
You don't know anything about me.
Say something! When I was a boy, I beat my father's skull in with a hammer, 12 years old, standing over my father's body. That feeling, I sense it's something you're familiar with. Soldier doing his patriotic duty, a sniper in the FBI. If it were honest and true, no one could have destroyed it. And society, it punishes people like you, like us.
It's all over the papers.
People like us.
Death? They're throwing you under the bus. It isn't right.
The authorities decide to suspend Dex for a few days because he had killed members of the Albanian group. Dex feels betrayed. He was just doing his job and now he is being punished. Fisk's words start making sense to him. Dex asks Agent Nadim for help, but Nadim cannot do anything. He advises Dex to take a break. When Dex returns home, he has a complete mental breakdown. Fisk calms him down and tells him that he will take care of him. Then Fisk mentions that he has sent Dex a car as a gift. Foggy meets Agent Nadim and tells him that Matt is ready to surrender. But first they need to hear Jasper's statement. Jasper was the one who attacked Fisk in prison under Fisk's orders. Hearing this, Nadim goes to his office where he learns that he has been promoted. But he is not happy. He knows he has a piece of evidence that could prove Fisk guilty, and it seems like the FBI is covering it up. Matt is ready to surrender because the FBI is making life difficult for Karen. Karen and her boss are recording Jasper's statement in the office. Just then, the lights go out, and an attacker enters wearing Daredevil's suit.
You can't be here.
Karen, what is it? What's wrong?
Who are you?
I'm Daredevil. Hello, Karen. It's nice to see you again.
Did anyone see what happened?
Who did this? It was Daredevil.
That evening, Wilson wants a special painting for Vanessa, but his people have trouble getting it from the government. Wilson has a secret room in his bedroom. He watches the agents spying on him. From there, he also controls the people in prison who attacked Matt before.
Now the news, Mrs. Shelby.
The brutal attack has been carried out by none other than Daredevil.
Several notorious criminals.
You're missing the point. He didn't just find someone to wear my suit. He found someone as fast and as skilled as I've ever seen. Jasper Evans is dead. He's dead and he leaves a son behind, and that's on me. Foggy and Karen, both of them could have been killed, and there would have been nothing I could have done to stop it.
Sister Maggie suggests asking other superheroes for help, like Iron Fist. But Matt refuses and says this is his fight. Matt talks about the fake Daredevil and how skilled he is. He wears a Daredevil suit. Sister Maggie gives Matt an idea. If the suit is the same, then the person who made it might know something. On the other side, Nadim questions Foggy and Karen. He knows Karen has met Daredevil before, but they tell him this Daredevil is someone else, because the real one never kills people. Karen knows Wilson plans all this just to kill Jasper and protect himself. But Nadim has no answers for this, so Karen and Foggy leave. Karen goes to the hospital to meet her boss Ellison. She feels guilty, but Ellison tells her that their job is to bring out the truth, so she should not be sad. Karen knows this Daredevil is fake, and she also knows who the real one is. Her boss asks her who the real Daredevil is, but she does not tell him.
You've got to tell me. Right now.
I can't.
Attacked my people in my house! You are going to tell me, or you can go clean out your desk.
Karen cries in her car and calls her dad. She wants to go back home, but her dad is angry at her and does not allow her to return. Foggy reaches home, and Marcy hugs him because he was attacked earlier, but now he is safe. They get close, and Foggy suddenly proposes to Marcy. He thought he would die, and he does not want to die like that. He wants to get married and live a good life. But Marcy refuses. She does not want to marry out of fear and in a hurry. Later, Foggy is cleaning up and finds some papers. When he looks at them, he is shocked. He spreads them out to read, and then Marcy arrives. Foggy tells her that now he knows that what Wilson actually wants.
Foggy, baby, are you
Matt
okay?
goes to see his suit designer, Melvin Potter. Melvin made his Daredevil suit. Matt asks him who the other suit is for. Melvin says Wilson forces him to make another suit, but never tells him for whom. Matt follows Melvin to his new workshop where he checks the measurements of the fake Daredevil suit. He tries to figure out who it belongs to, but Melvin suddenly locks Matt up. Wilson orders him to do this.
Tell me who wore the suit. I will find him. I will put an end to this.
I can't, Fiscal, no. I can't let you leave!
Come on, he's tricking you.
Betsy's all I have.
Once Fisk has me, who did you make the suit for?
But he was an FBI agent. FBI, don't move! Go, go, go!
Nadeem talks to the warden of the prison where Wilson was locked up. He asks how Jasper got out of jail if he is sentenced to life, but the warden does not give a clear answer. Nadeem then talks to his team. He asks for 2 days to prove that Wilson is lying. Nadeem goes to the hotel. He finds out that Wilson is in his bedroom, but in reality, Wilson is hiding in a secret bedroom under his real one. Wilson learns that Melvin is caught. While he is thinking about this, Nadeem enters Wilson's room. But by the time Nadeem steps inside, Wilson is already lying on his bed. Nadeem asks if Jasper really attacks him, or if it is all a trick. Wilson does not answer. That silence is enough for Nadeem to understand the truth. Nadeem leaves the room. He now realizes that Wilson uses him to get out of jail. Wilson gives the names of criminals, and Nadeem arrests them. Because of this, Nadeem gets promoted. But he does not see that Wilson is the real winner in all this. Nadeem returns home. His family has planned a surprise for him. They are happy about his promotion. Nadeem promises his wife Seema that from now on, he will tell her the truth and will not hide anything. Nadeem goes to the basement to get a soda, but there Daredevil meets him. Daredevil tells Nadeem that he didn't kill Jasper, and that the fake Daredevil created by Wilson did it. He yells at Nadeem and says that if the FBI had done their job properly and not take help from Wilson, none of this would have happened. Dex returns home still wearing the Daredevil suit. He thinks about everything he did today, like killing an FBI agent and murdering Jasper on Wilson's orders. He takes out his headphones from a locker and listens to his therapy session to calm himself down. Meanwhile, Nadeem is in his office checking FBI agent files. He knows someone from the FBI was involved in the bulletin attack. He suspects Officer Dex. He sees that Dex always turns off the camera before meeting Wilson. This makes Nadeem's suspicion even stronger. Nadeem meets Daredevil. Daredevil asks him who attacked the bulletin. Nadeem takes Dex's name, but says he is not completely sure. They decide to go to Dex's house secretly and find proof that he was the fake Daredevil. Nadeem makes Daredevil a promise that if Dex is guilty, he will not kill him, but hand him over to the police. Dex meets Julie again.
Hey!
Dex, stay away from me!
Just hear me out. I am so sorry about how things ended the other night. I just want to talk anywhere you choose.
I don't know how to say this without it sounding like an insult. I wasn't stalking you. I wanted to be more like you. You are so good. You help people right themselves. I've seen you do it 100 times.
What happened to the FBI?
The Bureau needed a scapegoat.
You know, what you really need is a good therapist. I'll help you, Dex. But please, do not make me regret this.
I promise.
promise.
Meanwhile, Foggy visits Karen and shares his theory about Wilson. He had learned something important, and now he tells Karen everything. He believes Wilson is sending criminals to jail to remove his competition. He asks Karen to write about this in her article. Foggy then goes to an election event where Blake Tower is giving a speech. He expects Karen to be there too, but she is not answering her phone. As the speech begins, Foggy starts questioning Blake Tower about Wilson. He asks why Wilson is still free despite all his crimes. Blake Tower responds that Wilson has served his sentence and is under supervision. Foggy reveals Wilson's real plan. Wilson is helping to catch specific criminals who stand in his way. This way, he can stay protected by the FBI and continue his crimes without being stopped. Foggy suddenly realizes what Karen is planning. He stops his speech halfway and rushes to find her. Wilson gets Julie killed because he wants Dex completely on his side.
Did the landlord let you in?
If Julie stayed in Dex's life, she would have influenced him. Dex returns to the office because Nadim asks him to. Nadim has called a lawyer to fight Dex's case so he can get his job back. Nadim collected money from the office staff to pay the lawyer. Dex feels grateful and thanks Nadim. The lawyer tells Dex that he will get his job back in 6 months. This feels like a long time for Dex. He starts feeling stressed again. He messages Julie, but she tells him not to contact her. What Dex does not know is that Julie is already dead. Wilson had sent that message to keep Dex busy. Meanwhile, Daredevil and Nadim search Dex's house. They notice that Dex likes to keep everything in perfect order. Nadim starts to doubt that someone this organized could be the one who attacked the bulletin. But Daredevil explains that Wilson preys on people's weaknesses, and that is how he controls them. He believes Wilson must have done the same with Dex. Daredevil and Nadim find a locker containing Dex therapy recordings. As they listen to the recordings, Dex arrives home. He notices his locker is open but sees no one inside. Daredevil and Nadim hide in another building. Dex spots Nadim and realizes something is wrong.
He's here. You should go. No, we had a deal. No evidence. Okay, now go, go, go.
Police, hands in the air! I'm FBI. I have ID. 2 armed suspects broke into my home.
Karen has gone to Wilson Hotel to confront him. She wants to make him so angry that he attacks her. If he kills her, he will go back to jail. Since she lost her job, she feels this is the only way to stop Wilson. Karen starts talking about Wilson's past. She reminds him how he once killed his father with a hammer. But Wilson is prepared. He does not let her words get to him. Instead, he reveals something shocking.
Let's have some words.
You worked for Ben Urich.
Yes, before he was murdered.
The final lesson.
I'm not here to talk about your mother. I'd rather talk about what she told Ben. It's easy to push her. She remembered a lot about your childhood.
I'm sure your readers at the Bulletin will be as entertained as you are.
No, the story that we will print, your father, and how you murdered him.
You are a respected journalist. At what point did you learn about Mr. Murdoch's secret life?
James Wesley. Really, it's those first 24 hours that are the worst, aren't they? When you call, and then you call, and you call, and you call, and there's just no answer. It becomes an obsession. You swear, God damn it, if he's still living, I'm gonna kill him myself. Because you thought he betrayed you. I killed Wesley. I shot him 7 times. Because the clip ran out. He deserved more.
Don't move!
Foggy, you ruined it. I had him.
Had him? Fisk would snap you like a twig.
I didn't want him to kill me, just come after me.
Oh, good. Except for the part where you have to hope the FBI comes in before that monster beats you to death.
Meanwhile, Nadim is injured because of Dex. He tries to make a call about what to do next. Dex is at home burning his therapy recordings. But then one of Wilson's men arrives and takes him away. Wilson talks to Dex and tells him that keeping anger inside is like poison. It will destroy him if he does not let it out. Wilson encourages Dex to embrace his rage, and Dex finally gives in. He hugs Wilson because at this moment, Wilson is the only one who understands him.
Rage cannot stay inside. It needs to go somewhere. I find that a primal scream is the only satisfying release.
Now imagine how this epic primal scream would look like if they casted Rhino from Kraven in this scene. Matt is listening to Dex therapy recordings with Sister Maggie. Matt realizes that just like Dex, he was also alone as a child. But unlike Dex, he never became a killer. Matt goes back to his boxing practice while Sister Maggie prays in the church. She reveals something shocking during her prayer.
I don't know if I have the strength to get through this. Please. Watch over him. Our son is too much like you, Jack.
No.
Matt visits a club where Father Paul is spending a night away from church life. He tells him that Maggie is his mother, but Paul already knew this. A flashback shows Sister Maggie as a young woman watching a boxing match with her friends. That is where she met Jack Matt's father. They became friends, and later she left her religious life to marry him. But after Matt was born, she left both Jack and Matt. In the present, Matt is angry at Father Paul for never telling him the truth. He had always believed he was an orphan.
She couldn't find it in herself to walk 9 blocks to visit me as a kid. But I was alone in this world.
You were never alone. Yes, I was!
Nadeem visits his boss house. He says that Wilson is setting him up. The house is covered in plastic. Nadeem blames himself for everything.
Sorry about the mess. My contractor promised he would be done months ago.
Interview with Special Agent Rahul Nadeem.
You've got our attention.
What's this about?
But I believe Wilson Fisk is currently engaged in a criminal conspiracy. Fisk has corrupted an agent on his detail.
Who?
Dex. I think Poindexter may have perpetrated the attack at the Bulletin.
What the hell are you talking about?
Dex shot me.
Jesus Christ.
I take full responsibility. And will cooperate fully. What do we do next?
Damn you, Ray. You bring this into my house.
Your prints, your weapon, the recording.
Ray, you get this?
Yeah, boss.
I'm not your boss anymore. Wilson Fisk is.
Nadeem is framed for the murder. Tammy tells him that Wilson needs Daredevil. That is the only reason Nadeem is still alive. Nadeem calls Daredevil to warn him that Wilson is planning something big. But this was a trap by Dex to lure Daredevil. Dex gets his job back. At the church, Father Paul informs Sister Maggie that Matt knows everything. She rushes to Matt's room, but he has already left. Matt goes to his father's boxing gym, where he sees a vision of his father. He feels that Maggie left because of her ego, but his father's vision tells him she wanted to prove she was strong. His father says Matt is the same. He fights because he wants to prove himself. Matt believes he is different because he does not kill, but this time he says if he finds Wilson, he will kill him. Karen wants to leave the city because she knows Wilson will come after her. She had provoked him, and now she is in danger. Foggy is with her. He thinks that if Karen comes forward in public like he did, Wilson will not be able to kill her easily. But Karen had killed James. Wilson will not stop. He will try to kill her no matter what. Before leaving, she wants to apologize to Matt. She goes to Sister Maggie to ask where he is. Maggie tells her that Matt has left after finding out that she is his mother. Maggie also reveals the truth to Karen. After giving birth, she had deep depression. That is why she left Matt. She spent her whole life away from him.
That's just it. See, I can't really stick around. I just wanted to warn him before I run.
Do you have some place to go?
No, I was just gonna get the first bus out of town.
The church has been helping people hide for 2,000 years. Hide here. Please. Let me do something for you.
Foggy meets his brother Theo at their family butcher shop. Theo tells him to take back his statement against Wilson and make a new video apologizing. Foggy asks why. Theo says that their business was once failing, but Redline Bank saved them with a loan. That bank is under Wilson's control. If Foggy refuses, the bank will demand their money back and send their parents to jail. In a secret meeting, high-ranking officers who work for Wilson discuss their plans. Nadeem is now part of this group. He later confronts Tammy and asks why she betrayed him. She says she once had 2 sons, but when she refused Wilson's orders, one of them was taken away. Now she only has a daughter left, and she will do anything to protect her. Wilson had been watching Nadeem for years. He stopped his promotions and made his financial situation worse so that Nadeem would be desperate enough to agree to his terms. This shows how Wilson always plans ahead. He helps people when they need it, but later traps them just like he did with Foggy's family. Nadeem is traveling with Wilson and Dex. Wilson enters a room full of criminals arrested by the FBI. He gives them a deal. They will give him 20% of their earnings, and in return, he will provide FBI protection.
20%? For Christ's sake. Of everything.
You can count me out.
The tax is now 25%.
Matt is at his father's boxing gym when Nadim calls him. He says Wilson is holding a secret meeting and sends Matt the location. Matt knows this is a trap but decides to go anyway. He is filled with rage. His mind shows him images of his father and Wilson again and again. He imagines killing Wilson over and over.
You're looking for sympathy because that's not happening.
She left us because we're cursed. You put on that mask because it lets you feel all right with who you really are.
We both know it. You and your father cut from the same cloth.
Matt sneaks into Wilson's hotel room. He plans to trap Wilson just like he trapped him. Using his senses, Matt finds a secret surveillance room which Wilson had been using to watch everything from there. A woman in the room warns Matt that Wilson will be back soon. Matt prepares to attack Wilson when he arrives, but just as he steps out, he hears something shocking. Wilson's men are planning to kill Karen and others hiding in the church.
We've been called upon to question whether the people we thought were fighting for us.
You do what you have to do.
Because we will not accept that we are weak. And I am grateful to you. Always.
Karen Page!
Hello, Karen.
What the hell did you do? Lock down the church? Lock down the entire area.
Nadim calls the police to arrest everyone inside. Matt and Karen hide in the church basement. Karen admits Wilson knows Matt is Daredevil, and she came to apologize. Matt gets angry because he lost his chance to kill Wilson. Dex and Nadim ask to search the church, but Maggie pretends the basement key is missing, so they break the door. Before Dex notices, she blocks his view and directs him elsewhere. Matt and Karen come out, and he asks why Wilson is after her. Karen reveals she provoked Wilson and accidentally confessed to killing James, so now Wilson wants revenge. Matt tells Karen that he planned to kill Wilson, but she warns him that if he crosses that line, he will lose himself. Matt believes extreme action is the only way to stop Wilson. Wilson appears before the media where his lawyer announces that all charges against him have been dropped. He claims he wanted to change the system, but powerful people turned him into a villain and blames Daredevil for the attacks on the Bulletin and the church.
Quite the opposite is true, because I've told the truth. The people in power decided to tear me down. They sent someone to frame me. Daredevil, attacking our sacred institutions. Daredevil is our true public enemy.
Wilson returns to his hotel and learns Vanessa is coming back. He wants to get her favorite painting, but discovers it is missing. He finds the woman who has it. The painting is all white, symbolizing a rabbit lost in a snowstorm. She refuses to return it, saying it was stolen from her family, and she does not want to give it to another bad person. Wilson understands and leaves without taking it. Nadim realizes he must do the right thing after following Wilson's orders for too long. Sister Maggie brings food and clothes to Matt and Karen, who are hiding in the basement. Matt suspects the FBI will return with search dogs. When they arrive, Sister Maggie lies saying Daredevil and Karen escaped another way, stopping them from searching downstairs. Matt refuses to change clothes in front of Sister Maggie because he does not want her to see his wounds. Karen questions why he pushes loved ones away, but still risks his life for them. Foggy arrives at the church and tells Nadim he is their lawyer. Karen arrives and the FBI agents try to arrest her, but she insists on surrendering to the New York police because she knows Dex wants to kill her.
Don't shoot! She's unarmed.
This is why I'm here.
What the hell are you doing?
She's ours, detective. Like hell, these feds know the law. She's our suspect. They can file a writ and maybe talk to her later.
What part of our crime scene do you not understand? And we're all cut up about what happened here. Detective Mahoney will take custody of the suspect. You messed up, Ray. You really messed up.
Matt and Foggy meet on a rooftop, where Matt apologizes for pushing him away. Matt reveals his plan to kill Wilson, but Foggy disagrees and insists they must put Wilson in jail instead. Matt finds a key witness against Wilson, who is Agent Nadim.
Karen Page has been found. NYPD took her into custody.
How?
It was Agent Nadim's call.
Nadim fears for his life, hugs his family, and prepares to leave, but Wilson's men attack. He fights back, but Daredevil arrives and defeats the attackers.
Stop. Take Sammy into the bathroom and lie down in the tub now!
I sold you out to Fisk.
I know you didn't want to. You saved Karen Page's life tonight. So I owe you one.
That night, Wilson stands in front of a helicopter. He hears Vanessa's voice and sees her after 2 years. Wilson takes her to his hotel. He does not want to ruin this moment, so he ignores Dex calls. Later, Wilson asks Dex what he wants. Dex feels frustrated because he failed his task. The next day, Dex apologizes to Wilson for failing. Wilson taunts Dex and says the job was too big for him, which is why he could not do it.
I'll keep my word. I will find her, and when I do, I am going to...
No, it's clear that I have put too great a burden on your shoulders.
Meanwhile, Matt and Foggy take Nadim's family to Officer Brett's house so Wilson cannot find them. Nadim's wife, Seema, is angry because their family was attacked because of him. Nadim calms her down and promises to fix everything. He says he will take his family to a safe place soon. Matt and Foggy tell Nadim that he must testify in court about Wilson crimes. Matt and Foggy will act as his lawyers and represent him. Karen arrives where Matt and Foggy are. Nadim apologizes to her. Karen had already warned him about Wilson. They all decide to send Nadim's family to India to keep them safe. Foggy meets Blake Tower, who is running in the election. Foggy says he will drop out of the election if Blake agrees to listen to Nadim's statement. Meanwhile, Matt and Nadim prepare for the testimony. Nadim admits that he did many bad things with Wilson, but now he wants to stand with the truth. He says he should have exposed Wilson crimes earlier.
Our offer is straightforward. Agent Nadim's testimony in exchange for full immunity.
But he's a federal law enforcement officer that looked the other way, while Class A felonies, homicides were committed.
Offer expires when you walk out that door. Full immunity, or we're advising our client to run for his life.
5 years. On all counts. Final offer.
He's right. I did the crime.
Let me make a call.
Wilson is making breakfast for Vanessa. He asks why she is behaving strangely. Vanessa says she feels alone here. Then Wilson's man, Felix Manning, arrives and tells him that Nadim might testify in court. If Nadim does that, Wilson will be exposed. Wilson decides to stop Nadim from reaching court. Meanwhile, Dex brings a painting for Vanessa. He tells her that she can call him James. Vanessa notices bloodstains on the painting and realizes Dex killed someone to get it. Karen meets her boss Ellison again. She tells him the truth, that Wilson is working with the FBI, and that Dex is a fake daredevil who is killing people. Karen asks for a press conference to expose Wilson. Matt is taking Nadim to court in a van. Nadim says that when he faced trouble in life, his family left him, but his friends always stood by him. While talking, Matt hears the sound of a gun being loaded. Suddenly, Wilson's men attack Nadim.
Throw your weapon.
Fire a weapon!
Through there. You got it. 2 o'clock. Go.
Okay, here's the deal. After you testify, Tower will take you down the hall for arraignment, and then we'll bail you out.
You all set?
Yeah. Ellison really delivered.
You do affirm that all the testimony that you're about to give in the case now before the court?
I do.
After Nadeem finishes his testimony, Matt and Foggy praise him. But Matt hears something strange. The judge and jury inside the courtroom are all on Wilson's side. Wilson has bribed them so that Nadeem's statement becomes useless. In the washroom, Matt, Foggy, and Nadeem discuss their next move since their plan has failed. Matt meets Blake Tower privately to make another plan. Meanwhile, Nadeem loses hope and believes Wilson cannot be stopped. He knocks out Foggy and escapes. At Wilson's hotel, he finds the painting from the woman Dex killed. Vanessa says she feels alone because Wilson does not share anything with her. Wilson says he hides his crimes to protect her, but Vanessa says she does not want to be an outsider. She wants to be a part of his world. Wilson takes Vanessa to his secret room. One of his men tells him that Nadeem is hiding at home. Wilson orders him to get Nadeem fired from his job, so his life becomes miserable. But Vanessa is even more ruthless than Wilson. She says that since Nadeem knows too much, it is better to kill him. Nadeem is at home and knows that Wilson will come after him, so he looks at his family photo one last time. He records a video expressing his love for his family. After some time, Dex arrives at Nadeem's house. Dex is there to kill him. Nadeem tries to convince Dex that they can still fix things, but Dex refuses. He says things have changed and he cannot betray Wilson. Dex asks Nadeem to come inside, but Nadeem refuses.
Fisk manipulated you. Just like he did me, and Tammy, and everyone else. I feel more myself than I have in my whole life. As long as I'm alive, my family's at risk. I'm not going anywhere with you, Dex.
Thanks, Brett. Yeah, okay. Matt, please.
No. We try it your way.
Wilson is getting ready in front of a mirror. He sees a reflection of his childhood when he killed his father. Vanessa arrives, and Wilson believes they are getting married today. Matt kidnaps Felix and interrogates him to find out why Wilson has increased security at his hotel. Felix reveals that Wilson is planning to marry Vanessa publicly to improve his image in front of the city. When Felix refuses to share more information, Matt hangs him upside down from a building, forcing him to confess. Felix then reveals all of Wilson's crimes, including the murder of Julie. The next morning, Officer Brett Mahoney arrests Felix after finding him hanging upside down all night. Meanwhile, the news of FBI agent Ray Nadeem's murder spreads. Brett learns that someone is planning to kill Wilson. At first, he thinks it would be good if Fisk dies, but Foggy convinces him that their job is to put Fisk in jail, not to kill him. At a gym, Karen and Foggy discuss on how to stop Wilson. Karen believes that killing Wilson is the only way, but Foggy argues that if Matt kills him, he will lose himself and become a different person. Just then, Foggy gets a call from the FBI asking him to come to their office. Karen warns that it might be a trap, but Foggy decides to go anyway. At the FBI office, he meets Dex, who takes him to a room where Seema is waiting. She gives Foggy a phone with a video that Ray recorded before he died. Foggy and Karen watch the video, and in it, Nadeem talks about Wilson Fisk's crimes. He explains how Fisk made a fake Daredevil that controlled the FBI, but they worry that the video may not be enough proof in court. Foggy says that because Nadeem recorded it before dying, it must be true, making it strong evidence against Wilson. Matt calls Dex and tells him that Wilson killed Julie. Dex does not believe it, but Matt leads him to a secret place where Wilson hid the bodies of the people he killed. When Dex sees Julie's dead body, he becomes angry and understands the truth.
Fisk killed her and we both know it. You did this.
Think, Dex.
Why are you telling me this? Because Fisk wants to get married tonight. And I don't think he deserves a life of happily ever after.
The wedding begins, but something big is about to happen. Foggy and Karen go to an event where Wilson and Vanessa start dancing. As people record them, Nadeem's video suddenly appears on everyone's phones. The crowd stops watching the dance and instead focuses on the video. Wilson notices something is wrong when people start staring at him. He picks up a phone and sees Ray's testimony. Dex follows Wilson and corners him in a private area.
Julie and I wish you the absolute best.
That video of Agent Nadeem is a threat to us. The angry later, be smart now.
Keep it, please! I will tell the world who you really are.
You want me to kill you?
Kill me!
No! God knows I want you. You'll never have Vanessa. This city, it beat you.
You don't get to destroy who I am!
I beat you! And you won't harm Karen Page or Froggy Nelson or anyone else.
I failed you. I failed you. If I agree to your demands, you leave my wife alone. You leave Vanessa free.
If you keep your word.
Then it's a deal.
He isn't the real Daredevil.
How do you know?
Because he is.
Please give me a moment to say goodbye to my wife. Please!
The next morning, Matt talks to Sister Maggie and comes to terms with his past. He forgives her and reflects on everything that happened. Later, he attends Father Paul's funeral, remembering how the priest helped him become a fearless hero. Foggy decides not to run for election, and instead focuses on the future with Matt and Karen. The three meet at Foggy's family butcher shop and discuss their next steps. Foggy writes their new office name on a napkin and adds Karen's name, showing that she will be their partner in this new chapter. In the final scene, Dex is in surgery. Doctors replace his broken spine with metal implants, a risky procedure that could change his future.
The patient knew the risks. We continue.
Be sure to check out the last two seasons, which are awesome as well, including The Punisher in Season 2. And as always, thank you very much for watching.